Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another video. I just wanted to give a brief synopsis on every disconnection does not need a discussion. So, when the Holy Spirit nudges you to either unfollow somebody, distance yourself from somebody, or even disengage with someone or from someone, just obey that without explanation. Like, you don't need to explain anything. Just do it, especially if you feel in your heart that you need to do that, do it. So if your spirit feels uneasy about something or someone, that's not just a vibe. That's a warning. So you want to take heed to that. you know Even like if your peace, like when it comes to your peace, like if that leaves when they enter the room, that's something to pay attention to as well. And if you feel like drained, like each and every time that you talk to them, don't ignore it. That's something you got to pay attention to as well. And when you do that, that's not looked or seen as being dramatic and stuff like that. That means you're being delivered, you know? And then, of course, you're going to have, for only God knows this, but for some reason, some folks, they smile in your face, right? You know, they want to see you do well. They're keeping you in their prayers, as they say. But behind closed doors, they're basically slandering you. Whether if it's to themselves or if it's to other people, they're just slandering you, you know. And in most cases, it's probably like in the worst way, you know. They'll even like try to gather your secrets too, like when it comes to prayer requests and stuff like that, and they'll leak them in holy tones. Like they'll post stuff um, let's say, I'm proud of you, or I'm keeping you in my prayers, things like that, right? But really, they're hoping that you fail. But not to worry about that. Why? Because the Most High sees and hears everything, no matter what anybody, and I mean anybody, says. He sees and hears anything, even if you don't believe. If you're not a believer, he sees and hears that. So that's something to keep in mind, because when it's all said and done and we have to answer to him, that's probably going to be one of the things you're going to have to answer to, you know, um, about like how you slandered somebody when you were just smiling in their face earlier, little things like that. Um, well, those are really big things, but still. But yeah, he sees everything. He sees like um, the group chats, the discords. He sees the text messages exchanged between, you know, you and somebody else, slandering, the individuals that you was basically just praising, you know, prior to. He sees the and hears like the phone calls too that you might have with somebody else slandering that other person. So and the fake love too. He sees that as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows like when the love is genuine. That's something to keep in mind too. You know, and before the betrayal goes public, he's gonna whisper that warning privately. So again, that's something to keep in mind. So when it comes to that feeling of uneasiness, um, that gut feeling, that nudge, trust it. Always trust it. You know, and move in wisdom too. I think that's really important. You know, um, it's okay to move in wisdom. You know, and if anything, just let them go quietly. You know what I mean? Like you don't owe anybody access to what the Most High is protecting. You really don't. So yeah, I just wanted to give a brief synopsis on this here. Just something to keep in mind, that like every disconnection doesn't need a discussion. Um, it's okay to disengage and unfollow, distance yourself, from somebody, especially if you feel like something isn't sitting right. That uneasy feeling, like I said before, you know, um, like that uneasiness feeling, that 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 peace leaving when they enter the room, like little things like that. Um, those are really important, and to like really watch for. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, it's not you being dramatic by you doing that. It's just you being delivered from that. You know, slowly but surely. Of course, it's not going to be a overnight thing. It's going to take some time, but ultimately, you know, you're going to break free from that. So, um, but yeah, and then again, too, the Most High sees everything. That's something I cannot stress enough of. You know, everything that we do, everything we say, He sees and hears it. So it's just important to, you know, get right so you don't get left. I just wanted to add that in there too, you know. So, but I thank you guys for tuning in to another video. Please hit the like button on the way out if you haven't when you first came in, or at least throughout the duration of the video. That would be greatly appreciated. And as always, continue to stay safe, continue to monitor your health, and continue to be blessed and encouraged. Y'all take care and have a good one.